I'm about partway through putting on 2-inch spacers and some new shocks on my 2000 Dodge Ram, and it's going pretty easy. I looked over the instructions that came with my spacers, and the spacers talked about lowering the track bar and so on, and I decided to go with these HeavyMetal ones. It looks like they're nicely made. I haven't actually mounted them yet, and welds are clean. A couple of little gashes. I don't know if that's going to matter in terms of rust. It all looks pretty good. Since I was sort of in here, I decided to clean up the whole axle housing. You know, years of rust and grime, and it was just looking pretty awful in there. So I've done that. Now I'm about to put one of the spacers in here, get the spring back in. I guess to do the shock on this side, and then I work on the other side, and I'll cut back after I get something done. Well, the spring just slid in, and see if I can show you. I made a mark. I don't know if you can see that shiny spot lines up with this cut here, and so that's the spring's original position, and that was easy. And now we'll see about getting the shock in, and then put the shock tower on, and raise this thing up and start to button it up. So these are the shocks I went with. They're KYB GR2 Excel Gs, and you know, for 20 bucks a piece after rebate, I don't know if they can be beat. Lifetime warranty. Let's see how these go. The original Dodge shocks, these are not original, but probably have 4 years use on them. They're still working, but I don't know why the paint deteriorated so quickly, but they're still working, but they're really soft. I think a little too soft for the weight of this truck. So we'll see how the KYBs perform. Well, here's where we are. I'm about to put the tires back on. The spaces are in. They look good, mounted easy, no issues, and so on. The shocks are in, the KYB GR2s. I decided rather than painting these springs, I put a thin coat of grease on them. I've just seen the paint just, you know, crack and flake off. And so on. I did put a heavy coat of paint on the pockets, the coil spring pockets, because they're looking pretty crappy. And more or less this whole thing went very smoothly. My biggest issues are with the state of the truck's basic hardware, like the shock bolts and the track bar bolts. You can see they've been used so many times, they're rounded off. So I didn't have to remove the track bar, but I was noticing just how crappy it looked. And the shock lower bolts, oh my goodness, they really were rounded off, and took quite a bit to get them off. They're in now. I'm hoping they'll last for a while, but so this is the passenger side. Going to put the tires on in a minute, lower it. Let's take a look at the driver's side. Oh, and by the way, this is my 2000 Dodge Ram 1500. I've had it for a few years, and the one issue I've had is I think these coils have definitely I don't know, shrunk a little bit, and I wasn't getting enough wheel travel. And the problem I was having is that with the solid steel track bar mount, it was hitting this this tie rod down here. If you hit a big bump, it would smack the bottom of that. And I'm hoping that these 2 inches are just enough to give me the right kind of travel. So here's the driver's side. Clean things up. Again, put a little grease on the coils. Pretty much ready to, oh, forgot that one. I got to put that on. You know, put this thing back together.